Hey guys, welcome to Okwemi's Corner. My name is Okwemi, and if you're new here, hi, you're absolutely welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, it's so good to see you again, even though I can't physically see you, but it's so good to know that you're here again, okay? Yeah. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing something that I promised to discuss in my last video where I spoke about, in my last video, where I spoke about my journey to medicine. So I said I was going to do a continuation and talk about if medicine is what it is in Nigeria. And the purpose of doing this video is actually to give a balanced perspective to anyone who may be planning to go into medical school and who needs like more information about what about what medical practice really entails. Okay, so by way of introduction, like I said, my name is Okwemi. I'm a medical doctor, and I will be 3 years post medical school by September. It's been a journey really, from wanting to do medicine to finally doing medicine to now being a doctor. So if you've not watched the video about my journey into medicine, you should definitely check it out. It will be linked up somewhere. And I also wanted to say thank you guys, because that video is currently over 500 views, and I honestly did not think it was going to do so well. And you know, if you're a small YouTuber like me, 500 views is not a joke. So I'm really happy that that video pulled in the numbers, and I hope that this video will do as well. So please share my video, okay, with your friends, family, so that this video can also do as well. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into today's video, okay? So yes guys, in this video I'm going to be discussing if medicine is what it in Nigeria, and in this video I'm going to be talking about pros and cons of medicine. The reason why I thought to do this video is because there's been a lot of conversation online about how medicine is not what it. There's just been a lot of conversation about how people lose their passion, just a lot of things about it online. And do I agree with some of those things? Yes, I do. Do I disagree with some of those things? Yes, I do. And I just thought that I would come on here and just join in the conversation through this video, okay? So I'm just going to start by introducing what medical school entails and what we do in medical school. So I would start off by saying that if you're in a place where you're trying to decide if you want to do medicine or not, please note, no career choice in this life, whether medicine or not, first off, should even be a choice that you pick because somebody wants you to do it. It should always be something that you do because you want to do it. And more importantly for medicine, because medicine is not the easiest course. And I know that there are other courses that are hard, like law and all of those other courses, but the honest truth is that medicine is not a very easy course, and it requires a lot from you, a lot of your time, a lot of your sleep, a lot. Adulting normally requires a lot of those things from us. With medicine, it's on a whole nother level. Okay, so just to also state that this video is in no way to discourage anybody, right? I have done medical school, and 1,000 other doctors have survived medical school, so please do not be discouraged by how intense the workload in medical school sounds. If you really want to do medicine, this is your cue to please do it. If you're really passionate about it, please do it. Do not be discouraged, okay? Right, so for Nigeria, right, we do medical school for 6 years, unlike other countries. I know like in the UK, they do like a first degree for 3 years, and they get into medical school and they do internship for 2 years. In Ghana, they do internship for 2 years. In Nigeria, we do internship for just 1 year. In the US as well, I think you have to do like a first degree before you can get into medical school, and so on and so forth for other countries. But that's not how it works for Nigeria. So I went to Babcock University, Benjamin S. Kassim School of Medicine, that's what it's called. And so usually medicine starts properly in 200 level. So in 100 level, I did like physics, chemistry, biology, and all of those courses you get. So I didn't even think I was going to do maths again, but yeah guys, I did maths again in 100 level. So from 200 level is where medical school proper starts. So 200 and 300 level are called preclinical classes, and in those two levels we do anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. In my school we also offer community medicine. I think most medical schools do that, and we do psychology, and we also do a little GDS here and there that is offered in my school. So anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, each of those courses are courses that people go to university to study for 4 years. So that gives you an idea of how much reading have to be done in those 2 years, because like the textbooks are like huge textbooks that we have to read and then write an exam for in 300 level. So in medical school, every exam that you write is always a promotional exam. You don't write an exam just because. So it's not like, well, even if I fail, I'll just enter the next level and then do like my career course. In medicine, it's either you repeat a class depending on how you fail, or you resit a class. Do you get? Yeah. So that's how it works in medical school. So every exam is promotional. So after 2 and 300 level. We then get into 400 level, and we do pathology and pharmacology, which is like drugs and how diseases work, and we do that for 400 level. Then we write a promotional exam to 500 level. So I know that the course is called medicine and surgery, but that's not the only thing that we do. That's not all that medicine entails. There are different arms that make up medicine and surgery. It's just like the general name. After 400 level, we write a promotional exam to 500 level. Then in 500 level, we do obstetrics and gynecology. Then we write a promotional exam to 600 level, where we now do internal medicine and surgery, which also have like different arms. So that's to give you a broad overview of what medical school entails. So we do like major courses, right, that people would normally study for 4 years in the university, and we have to do them in like a short span of time and have to read a lot. So medicine entails you being in school almost round the semester. Even though I went to a private university where we always had like long summers, that never applies to medical students. It meant that we were always in school almost every time. I think the longest holiday I had after 100 level summer was maybe like 4 weeks. I'm not even sure I had a holiday that was as long as 5 weeks. And we always got holidays only after promotional exams, and then we have to be back in school. So medicine would require you being in school a lot. That's the first point that you should know about medicine. It's very intense. You're going to read a lot. You're going to read a lot, and you're going to have to be in school almost round the clock. So when you finally finish medical school, you know, all the joy, then you go and do like internship here, also called housemanship here, for 1 year. And bear in mind that during housemanship here, you are at the bottom of the food chain. So you're literally like the errand boy or errand lady or you know, for the department. So you get to do everything that needs to be done in the department. Everything is literally on your head. Anything that concerns a patient, it's you. If your consultant comes to see a patient, you're expected to document, expected to do all of the work basically. So I'm just going to be dropping advantages and disadvantages of medicine as I go on in explaining all of these things, and why I have issues with medicine in Nigeria, or medical practice in Nigeria. Okay. So I'll just start by saying that in medical practice in Nigeria is a very tough one, because you know, unlike if I'm going to go to the bank, if I don't have money, the bankers don't care. I would not go to the bank if I don't have money. But unlike for medicine, if a patient is sick, they have to come to the hospital, and you as the doctor or the nurse or as a medical practitioner, you have to do something about it. And we know that Nigeria is a developing country, so there's a lot of poverty around us, right? So a lot of patients come into the hospital and they don't have money and they need to be taken care of, right? So that's a very big headache in Nigerian medical practice, and one of the reasons why doctors are immigrating in numbers. Because you finish medical school, you're enthusiastic, you're happy, you want to go out there and save lives and whatever else that you have dreamt of doing when you were a young child. But you not get to the medical practice in Nigeria, and you realize that things are just not what they seem like. Patients don't have money, so the things that you can do for patients are limited. The things that you can do basically are limited. So yeah, the biggest problems that we have in Nigerian medical practice is how there's no access to good health care. For example, places like the UK, they have something called NHS, where patients get care for free, but we don't have that here. So that's what frustrates a lot of medical doctors in Nigeria. Also, the postgraduate schooling system is not exactly the best. It's really intense, because after you finish medical school and then you do NYSC, then you choose to decide what area of medicine you want to specialize in, and then you can start something called a residency training program. Or you can decide that, okay, I don't want to do residency, I just want to work as a medical officer, meaning that you're like a jack of all trades, you don't have a particular specialty. I hope you understand that. So the postgraduate system here is not the most encouraging. So like I said, those are some of the things that make doctors to leave Nigeria in numbers, because the healthcare system is just not the best. There are a lot of things that we have learned in school, but we cannot actually do because there's just no room for that. You're seeing patients who are literally dying, but there's no access to the things that can help those patients survive. For example, in Nigeria, if a patient has a heart attack, it's almost certain another patient will die. But in the developed countries, their patients have heart attacks and still live long years even after that. You get? So it's just like quite crazy. And so it's just like really crazy. There was there was a podcast that two ladies who were in my school as well did with I Said What I Said. And I think I would put the links somewhere in the description box, because they went into details about how medical practice in Nigeria can just be a bit frustrating. And it's not even just about the patients not having access to healthcare and you having to try to help people when you don't have money. There's also the part of you getting insulted by senior colleagues. So there's something in Nigeria whereby senior colleagues are called like medical elders, and in Nigerian medical system, hierarchy is like really, really, really taken personal. So that can also be that is also one of the things that frustrates a lot of doctors in Nigeria, because if you do any little thing, you might just be you might just get into trouble or stuff like that. But I've also met like amazing senior colleagues. I've met amazing senior colleagues, especially when I did my internship. So I would say don't let that discourage you as well. And they're toxic medical leaders, of course, but I feel like every job probably has that, right? Yeah. So. Yeah, so I'm just going to also highlight some advantages of medicine. So first off is that medicine is not a course that would pay you huge amounts of money. So if you want to do medicine because of money, like huge amounts of money, medicine is probably not the course to do. Can you make money in medicine? Yes, but not like mad money, not like the kind of money that people are making in tech. Is it possible to get there? Yeah, but it's going to take a long time, okay? So the first advantage is that medicine is one of those courses that offers you job security. You almost not find a doctor who doesn't have a job. Although in the internship here, it might be a bit hard to find a placement for internship because some places may be full, things like that. But usually, typically after internship, it's always easy to get jobs, either in a private hospital or in a government hospital, or whatever the case may be. There's almost always job security. You're just almost certain that you will have a job. So that's one of the good advantages of medicine. It's just because, you know, one of the issues we have in Nigeria is a lot of people finish university and don't get jobs. But when you do medicine, that really helps. You're certain that, okay, once I finish and I start my internship, I would earn something between 150 to 200,000, depending on where I choose to do my internship. So that's really great, because you know that you don't have to worry about money. So that's just amazing, right? Then another advantage about medicine is that you get an average pay, which is enough to survive. You get like I did say, as an intern, you would earn somewhere between 150 and 200,000. That's a huge sum of money. I mean, yeah, there are our mates who are earning more. Of course, we know that, but it's still a good amount of money to keep you afloat, and your money keeps increasing based on your experience, just like for any other course. So yeah, there's that. Also, medicine is one of those courses that allows you to migrate out of Nigeria legally. So all you have to do is to take an exam for wherever country you want to go to, and you're able to move to another country and still work as a doctor. We know that for some courses, people have to go through the route of masters. Some people are lucky enough, they get jobs, you know, and all of that. But for medicine, all you have to do, for like UK, you write your PLAB 1 and PLAB 2. For US, you write your USMLE in 3 steps. For Canada, you write the exam. For Australia, you write the exam, and you're able to go in there. Although you might not be able to continue at the level where you were, especially if you're already on the top level. But that depends on your experience and whatever other factors. But it allows you to be able to migrate well, you know, legally and without having any of all those migration issues. So that's a really good advantage of medicine. So yeah, I would say that medicine is it's good in that regard. Like I've already tried to highlight some of the disadvantages, especially of medicine in Nigeria. Yeah, I think those are really important for you to know. And I think that just like any other course, for some of us, or for some people, they get into medical school, not just because they were passionate about it, but maybe because their dads wanted them to do with their mom, or whatever reason that made them go into medical school. And I just want to also let you know that even if you do medicine and at the end of the day you feel like this is not what I really want to do, it's okay to pivot. You don't have to stay. People do microbiology and finish and then go ahead and get a job in the bank. People do law and go ahead and do project management jobs, and on and on and on and on and on. So it's okay to pivot, honestly. And also you need to be careful with medicine, because medicine takes a lot from you, in terms of, oh, you have to study, oh, you have to show up for your patients, oh, you have to sacrifice sleep, oh, you have to be on call, etc. It's possible that you finish and realize that you've lost huge chunks of the things that are important to you, just because you've given a lot of your time to medicine. Another advantage of medicine is that it allows you to choose one area of specialty that you want to do based on your personality or what you like. So medicine has numerous specialties, numerous. We have O&G, that's women's health. We have pediatrics, children. We have internal medicine. We have surgery, those are those who do surgery. Under surgery, we have a lot. We have orthopedics, those who are in charge of bones, ear, nose, and throat. We have eyes. We have a lot. We have dermatology, which is other internal medicine. We have a lot of specialties. We have anesthesia, so psychiatry. So it's good because even if you literally try to make it out of medical school, with residency, you don't have to be forced to go a particular pathway. You can choose and decide which one you want to do and then do that. So I think that's a really great advantage of medicine as well. So yeah, would I say medicine is not worth it? I would definitely not say an outright no. Like I've said and I've highlighted in this video, there are advantages and there are definitely disadvantages to medicine. But I think that if it's a course that you really love and you want to do because you're passionate about, definitely go for it. 6 years is a long time, no doubt. But at the end of the day, 6 years will still pass. So do not let the number of years discourage you. Don't let the medical system in Nigeria discourage you. I feel like things will still get better sometime soon. And if you definitely want to japa, there's that option for you in medicine. So that makes it very good. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that I wanted to say in this video that I have not said. I hope not. So I kind of hope that you've enjoyed this video. And yeah, I hope that you've enjoyed me talking to you, and I hope that this has given you some form of insight into medicine and will help solidify your decision on whether or not you want to go ahead and do medicine. And if you're already in medicine and you're just like, yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing here, I just want to encourage you and say that I hope that these advantages would kind of be some form of silver lining for you. And like I said, if you think that you still want to pivot when you finish medical school, that's fine. And also remember, when you finish medical school, you get to choose what you want to do. Although PG training might be a lot as well, having to read, having to study. Yes, also important to notice that medicine is one of those courses where you never really take a break from reading. You would almost always read, okay? So yeah, as I was saying, if you're already in medicine and you're just not sure, it's okay. You can make a decision on what you want to do after you finish internship and after you finish house job. And yeah, so I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it has, please leave a comment down below. And if you're a medical student, medical doctor, you're in the medical practice in Nigeria, what do you think? Do you think medicine is worth it? Would you advise somebody to do medicine or not? Yes, it's a lot of intense stress, but what do you think as well? Do you think the disadvantages outweigh the advantages, or do you think the advantages outweigh the disadvantages? Please let me know in the comments down below. And also, just as a way of ending this video, I would also like to say that please remember that nothing in this life comes easy. So whether it is that you choose to do medicine or you choose to do any other course, please know that nothing comes easy. You would always have to make one form of sacrifice or the other, but you define what sacrifice you want to make and how much sacrifice you're willing to make, okay? So I hope this encourages you, like I've asked like 1,000 times. And I'm just going to end this video here and say thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.